couples are afraid to talk about sex? I think that they are. Of course, there are some outliers. Maybe that's you and your relationship, but maybe not, and that's why you're here. And when I say talk about sex, I mean talk about sex in a real way, not the talk about sex like, that's what she said, that's what he said, or whatever. Not the jokes about sex. I bring up the jokes about sex a lot because a lot of times we think we're talking about sex and we're not. We're not having an actual, real, deep conversation with our partner about sex. Why is that difficult? Well, one reason might be because if I bring up sex with my partner, maybe it means that I'm not good enough. Because if you're bringing it up, maybe you're bringing it up because you think something's wrong. And if you bring it up, maybe they'll think something's wrong. And if they do, maybe they'll think that there's something wrong with them. And maybe if you bring it up, they'll think that you think there's something. It's back and forth, and it's a lot of mind reading. But what happens when you don't bring it up? Would you rather not face reality? Because what you're doing by not talking about sex with your partner is you're basically not wanting to face a potential reality. This thing you've conjured up in your mind, this mind reading thing for your, with respect to your partner, that, oh, if I bring it up, they're going to think I'm this way, or they might say, yeah, you're right, I'm not attracted to you. Yeah, you're right, I'm not sexually attracted to you, or I love you, but I don't love you, or whatever you think what ball might start to be put into motion and start rolling down the hill and snowballing into something else. What do you think is going to happen? That you might feel inadequate, that you're not sexy enough, or maybe you think if you bring it up, they'll think they're not sexy enough, or not fit enough, or just not enough in some way, maybe not sexually enough. And that horror of either what you think you'll feel or how they might feel by bringing it up builds up and snowballs into this big thing in your mind. So it's usually one partner or the other that has this feeling of inadequacy around sex, but it could be both of you. You might not want to talk about it because it goes to something even deeper, like maybe they don't want to have sex with me as much or at all because they don't love me anymore. And then all the ramifications of that, you start connecting, well, that happens, and then we're not going to be together. And then all these things like, well, then this part of our lives and that part of our lives and the kids and the blah, blah, blah. And this whole stream of things because you just didn't want to have one conversation. You might think, oh, if I bring it up, I'll find out that there's somebody else, or ... whatever. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of what might I find out when I have this conversation. The problem is you want to be in your little safety comfort zone, right? In the comfort zone, the thing about the comfort zone is it's often very uncomfortable. It's comfortable. We get comfortable with things that are uncomfortable, like not having sex, or not having the kind of sex you should be having, or you could be having because maybe you did in the past, or maybe you just know that you could have the sex. You know that a great sex life is possible, but you're not having it. But it's more comfortable to not rock the boat, so I'm not going to bring it up. So you get comfortable in your uncomfortableness, even though all the amazing things, that amazing sex life you could have without changing anything about yourself other than really your attitude and approach and having that conversation. All those amazing things lie outside of your comfort zone. So get uncomfortable, have this conversation, and figure out what you both need to do to be more connected and have a much better sex life. Put any questions below, reach out to me if you want assistance, and I will see you on the next video.